So in this video, we want to discuss the how we are going to put risk in our Primavera P6. So that we have taken one video from planning P6 how to add manage risk and opportunities in Primavera P6. It is in our this one. It is this one. How to add manage risk and opportunities in Primavera P6 in YT planning. Okay, so coming to the video, we have to remember certain things that we already studied. It is about the definitions, some the risk register and all. Okay, so the how we are adding it is in the risk option. It is there in the project risks, and also it is shown here also. Okay, so main content of this video is what is risk management process, and risk impact metrics. It's all based on ISO 31000. Okay, so we have so many definitions about risk we have already seen. This is another definition. It is a convenient way of describing an unknown state that may occur in the future. Okay. So these are the 7 steps of risk management process. Communication and consult. First step. Second, establish the context. Third, identify. Fourth, analyze. 5 is evaluate, and then treat. Finally, it to monitor and review. Okay. So the risk impact matrix. This is nothing like how to categorize risk. So this is likelihood, and this is the consequence: insignificant, minor, moderate, major, catastrophic. And the likelihood is almost certain, likely, possible, unlikely, and very rare. So this is the risk. It is how using this risk impact matrix we are categorizing risk. Now we enter into the risk register.
These 10 risks, top 10 risks which are affected the many organization, in fact all organizations.
So here is the risk register, quantitative and qualitative risk register. Here it is the impact. T means time, C means cost, Q means quality. And here HS, that is health and safety also affected. So there are the 5 common risks is there. Competence of staff to avoid complaint, closure of airport, force majeure event occur, deployment of foreign employees, delay in local authority approval, availability of deficiency of resources, offices for employees, computers, tools, etc. Serious health issues, etc. Another types of risk are epidemic epidemic situations like COVID-19, supply of shortage of food supply, terror attack, terrorism, security assaults of kidnapping of project personnel, safety, traffic accidents, injuries, delay of work due to closure of airport due to weather conditions leading to unloading of any kind of tools or equipment, etc. So this is scheduled in transportation, schedule the transportation and equipment in advance of bad weather condition, safety traffic accidents or incidents, defensive driving training shall be given, maintenance of vehicles and machinery shall be done properly, efficient traffic management, uh, continuously liaison with local community leaders, security forces shall be kept, then terrorism, follow security procedures strictly, unnecessary communication of unauthorized project staff, training to give the professor about local conditions, continuously liaison with local authority leaders, security forces, liaison with engineer and authority, security shall be ready and information forces, establish strong and positive relation local community, strict employment procedure, plans to be developed involved for passive protection of the local community. Then shortage of food supply. Dry food shall be stocked properly. Local healthy, local food containers shall be ensured. Emergency plan food supply by air. COVID-19 vaccination, basic training agreement shall be with the local hospitals. Emergency evacuation, medicine, quarantine, strict strict control of examination, protection of water, hygiene rules, etc. These are the competence of hiring experienced staff, supervision of staff, review of reports, monitoring staff performance from authorities' feedback, alternate airports for the if possible alternate airports or routes, procedure for transit passages, continuously liaison with engineer and authority, emergency evacuation, delay in continuously liaison with the engineer and authorities, local rules and legal procedures, project requirements shall be well transferred. Arrange office to create a workable environment, buy or rent equipment. There is a deficiency of resources. Providing transportation and displacement, assure availability of fast internet connection for communication, providing space for laboratory, perform testing of equipment, etc. So these are the risk and the mitigation measures. And this is the impact probability we discuss consequences. 2 into 3 is equal to 6. This is in the moderate category here. So after putting all these mitigation measures, we are getting the consequence and the probability both are reduced. So risk is 2, risk rank is 2, that is the low as per our risk impact matrix. This one, low risk impact matrix. So that is for the introduction. We'll go for the how it is executed or accommodated in the Primavera P6. So, like we discussed, if you go into project, we can see a item called risk, or otherwise we can go here. We'll get to open this window, risk. Here I put a risk ID, then risk name here I put. Now if we select the risk category, it will come like this. Okay. So we'll now balance everything. Risk category, planning, risk type threat. Okay. Risk status active. Risk honor all resources. Okay. Identified by man hours. We'll just put man hours. Identify on a particular date. Exposed to start. We cannot change. He's saying that we will see. And the project is a tanking project. It's already coming here. Okay. This is wrong. The same persons have given another video that we will discuss now here.
Hi everyone. So in this particular video, we will be learning something called as risk identification and risk analysis using Primavera P6. So see, risk can be of different types in construction, like it can be a financial risk, it can be environmental risk, it can be some administrative risk, and so on. So there are these risks can be associated with certain activities. So using Primavera, what we can do is we can identify the risk, and we can just update their probability and their impact on schedule, as well as impact on their cost. So based on those particular inputs, what Primavera will do is it will calculate the impact of that particular risk based on the cost. It will give you some cost numbers that will help you to evaluate the risk, that how much this risk can affect your activity in terms of money. Okay.
ഓ എന്തോ ആ കഴിക്കാം so we are switching over to another video of techno civil. Here they are explaining more good.
Money. Okay. So we will see how to do that. So first of all, you have to just press this particular button of risk in the directory bar, then your risk window will open. So this will look something like this. So what you can do is you can add the risk here. Okay. So you can click on this plus button in the command bar. You can add the name of the risk. For example, some cyclone is coming in the area in which you are doing your construction, and this is the name of the risk. Then you can choose a category for your risk. There are some predefined categories for your risk. So this particular cyclone will fall in the category of weather or environment. So we will choose this. If you want to add some category, you can go to admin category.
So like in the previous video, we are opening this risk window. Here we are putting the risk name cyclone. Category, there are some predefined categories, and if we want more category, what we'll do, we can define new category. How we will see. To add new categories, we have to go to admin categories. Okay. So in the admin category, we can add a new add here. So we can add our own category also. Now we have discussed the risk category, how to define new risk categories. That's through our administration categories. Okay. Now risk type, threat or opportunity. Here, threat cyclone is a threat. Definitely we know, but how it become an opportunity? Suppose we can uh, there can be like yeah, there are some extra escalation claims which we can be benefited, but we forgot uh, that will improve the profit margins, but we uh, we have some or some flooding in the area that claims to be settled, etc. Cyclone is always a threat, but there are this type is there are opportunity also. There are some escalation claims, but we don't have to how to do with the budget. But if you are putting in our opportunity and we do the risk, we'll get the what is the budget. So we can know the how much cost, benefit, profit we'll get, how much profit we'll get, that we can be known using this analysis. So the risk type for the time being, risk type is a threat or opportunity. Okay. Then the risk status we'll discuss.
For this particular exposure. Right now, it is taking it as the
Okay. Now the status we didn't discuss. Status we'll discuss. So risk status is proposed. It can be it should be active actually. Proposed means it is anticipated. The risk owner, we are putting it here as a planning manager, identified by the planning manager, identified on the start date of the project for, we are identified this problem on the start date of the problem itself. And the exposure start and exposure finish we cannot change because we have not assigned any activities to this particular risk. When the activities is assigned, it will change automatically.
Analyze your risk. So category here. So the status can be of different types. Whether your risk is active. So we forgot to update this and all. You can update here also. See what is the status. So we forgot to update the status here. So the status can be of different types. Whether your risk is active, whether it has impacted your project and now it is closed. Category, type, owner, status, the actual start and finish for your project company. So what you need to do is in the general tab in your detailed view, now you can just update your risk by some analysis. You can just analyze your risk. So category, type, owner, status, this and all you can update here also. See what is the status. So we forgot to update the status here. So the status can be of different types. Whether your
The risk status we have to discuss. The risk status as of different types, like we have put it we have put here, already put here as proposed, but is active is there, impacted closed, managed closed, rejected closed, proposed closed, open. This is the 1 2 3 4 5 6 type of risk status is there. In that what is difference between active and open, we'll discuss now. So like I said, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 type of risk status. So what is the difference between open and proposed? Open means it is not analyze. It is risk is open and analysis not started. Means it is not yet analyzed and analyzed and assessments not done. So it is open. Proposed means after we are after there is like risk is analyzed and it is added in the risk register, and the assessment is done, then it is proposed status. Rejected means risk has never happened at all and it is closed status. Managed close means after risk has open, it is managed by adding the control measures and it is closed, or mitigating measures and it is closed. And impacted means it's already impacted and it's not it has not managed properly and but closed actually, or we have accepted the risk and it is closed like that.
then rejected and closed means the risk is still open, it is yet to be analyzed and responded. It is proposed. It is proposed in the sense means it is just a probability that it will occur. Then rejected and
So analyzed means it is not it is still open and not analyzed. Difference between, actually it should be difference between active and open. Active means still the date is going on, still it is risk is active. Open means it is risk is still open and not yet analyzed. Proposed means it is just a likelihood that it will happen. It is proposed. Not started, risk not started, and rejected means risk is never happened at all and it is closed. Rejected. Impacted means risk has impacted, has not managed, and it is closed. Management is managed properly and closed.
how it will calculate, you need to go to impact and you need to give your inputs. See, pre-response means before this risk has occurred, you need to tell that what is the probability that cyclone, let us say the probability is medium based on your weather forecast. Then your schedule, how it will impact the schedule of your project because of the cyclone. So let us say it is high, definitely the project will get delayed because of the cyclones. Your suppose you have done some excavation and all, so those excavated pits will get filled with water, and your resources will be sitting idle. Because of, you can check out the web page of Primavera P6 that how it calculates the score. So that is none of your business, I would say, but still if you want to go into the depth, then you can check. See, if we change the probability, if we increase the probability, then the score will increase. So now coming on to the response type. So how will you respond to this particular type of risk? We will say we will try to reduce it. Either you accept that it will occur and we can't do anything about it, or you will totally avoid it, you cannot avoid the cyclone, or you will reduce it, or you will transfer the risk from here to maybe some other thing. So we will say that we will reduce. See, transfer in the sense, we suppose if we have some issues with the cash flow, you try to transfer this risk to some other project and all. So you can transfer also, but we will reduce it. How will you reduce? You need to type that you will arrange for uh, barricades, or maybe you will also backfill the excavated pits. Like this, you can mention your response description. Then post response, after you have taken these particular actions, then what do you anticipate the probability to be? So let us say now the probability goes to low, and the impact on schedule reduces to medium. Similarly, for cost also it reduces to medium. Now the score will be 6 only. Okay, so this is how it will calculate the score by itself only. Now if we go to general, then see, it would have calculated some cost, but this cost is calculated based on the exposure start and exposure finish, which is way too much, almost 2-3 months. So that is why the cost is coming too high. Once we assign the activities to this particular risk, when this cyclone is anticipated, so which activity will get affected because of this particular cyclone? So let us go here and let us say the cycle. So let us say your third activity is getting influenced because of this. So we will go to risk and we will assign the activity number 3 to this particular risk, which is your foundation, including the plinth beam. Okay, so foundation will get affected and your excavated pits would not have it backfilled also. So this is a great trouble. So now see, the exposure start has changed from the initial start date of 22nd October to 31st October, and end date of 18th January to 13th November based on the activity that you have chosen. If you will add some other activity also, then it will further extend the exposure finish. Now see, it has changed to 24th of November based on the finish date of another activity, but we will remove this activity. It's only one activity will assign. You can mention the description of your risk, then the causes of the risk, effect of the risk, some notes you can also add. So this is how you can do the risk analysis. Now if you go to general and see the cost, then because of this particular cyclone, this activity would get impacted, and the total cost that your Primavera has calculated is somewhere around, let us say, it is 38 lakh, and so it is $3,86,118, and post response cost is $64,353. So this it has calculated again on some intrinsic formula based on the duration as well as based on the probability that you have provided. So there is some complicated formula that you can refer to their website. So this is how you see the impact of the risk, you analyze the risk, and you assign the activities with respect to the risk. So I hope the video was clear to you all. Thank you.
Now we will discuss how we can make a report of the risk analysis. Okay.
Then we move view report next. Here you can see
So report wizard and next actually.
describe your desktop. I will show here with the print preview appear. Now you can see on the one disk is here COVID-19 planning, this one. You can manage this layout by using the print setup. You can, if you go to the page setup, manage, add list to your activities in Primavera P6. These all activities are affected due to the risk. Start and finish separate activity like resources and of resources risk, health and safety risk, environmental risk, and your cost time separately, quality risk. These all risks you can manage in Primavera P6, and you can also monitor and manage or close the risk. Then you can have a complete idea if there is a risk and their priority is high and started, then Primavera can manage the activity can be declared by itself if there is a active very high risk. Then it will give cost. If there is a cost, then it will increase the cost.
So finally, we are for printing the reports, we are using reports wizard option in the Primavera. Thank you.